Good morning. Good morning. I'm out here working out this morning. This is Ulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe. How y'all doing, YouTube? Let me clear this Jacob Blake shit up because I ain't even really want to talk about the shit. I had to get confirmation on was the warrant actual fact and valid, and then I was going to proceed based off that, and that's what I'm doing exactly right now. Okay, I know y'all out there riding in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Um, my heart goes out to the Jacob Blake family, but I'm just gonna give y'all a quick news flash, right? When the police have a warrant for you, you need to put your hands behind your back and get in the police car and go to jail. Anything you do after that is just gonna complicate the matter. So, and you're gonna be held responsible. So it is what it is. I mean, you have different types of warrants that have different types of procedures as well as different types of authority. But when somebody has a straight up arrest warrant for allegation, you know, we're not talking about a search warrant. We're talking about an arrest warrant. Like I said, different warrants have different protocols and different authorities and different levels of uh, detainment. You know, search warrant, you get a brief detainment and they don't find anything in relation to the allegations unless there's other concrete evidence that calls for further investigation or to go ahead and to make an arrest. 9 times out of 10, if you don't have anything on you in a search warrant, you're going to be free to go. All right. So, but full blown arrest warrants. I think this guy was charged with sexual assault, third degree. I don't know if it was misdemeanor or felony. And, and that's another thing too. Like you can get arrested for a misdemeanor just as well as you can for a felony. So, people, y'all got to start learning the law. I'm not a lawyer. I had my run-ins back in the day with the police. You know, uh, so I learned when I was going through those situations. I learned. I read. You know, every state has a criminal law book and a civil law book. Okay, every state. Okay, you need to start reading those books. All right, you need to start learning uh, Fourth Amendment rights, different procedures regarding different Fourth Amendment, interactions, stop and frisk, traffic stops, arrest warrant, different types of search warrants, no knock, knock and announce. Um, you need to read the federal criminal law book and the federal civil law book. You need to read Supreme Court cases. You need to read the Constitution. Y'all got to get a Black's Law Dictionary. Y'all people got to start reading. You know what I'm saying? Y'all running around on a day-to-day basis, living in these states, no matter where you at in the US, and you're not reading the federal laws and the state laws within that state. That's a requirement. In any state that you live in, you should have some type of brief brush up of the federal law uh, and the state laws in the state that you reside in. Now, in some cases, federal law based upon the location in the country breaks down in circuits, just like states break down their state courtrooms in different circuits. Okay, so sometimes they interpret things a little bit different in that particular circuit. But that's why I said again, read the Supreme Court law because Supreme Court makes them all uniform and adhere to the the interpretation that the issue that goes to the Supreme Court finds, which makes it conclusive to all circuits. So y'all got to start reading, man. But look, you as a black man, you cannot do certain things that white people do. All right, when they encountered by the police, they just scared of you or they just hate you. Now the thing is, we may know that they done it because it was an opportunity to get one off on a black person. But the thing is, when they're legally justified there and you do extra stuff that's unnecessary, that's going to give them further grounds to go as far as they want to go and not be held accountable. You know, uh, just blatantly say somebody did something because of your race, whether we know it or not, doesn't matter. It's hard to prove when they're already justified to be there. And then you do additional stuff out of emotion instead of just saying, "Hey, look, okay, well, let's go get this sorted out. I'm gonna surrender. I'm gonna turn around, put my hands behind my back, and get in the car. We're gonna go down here to the station and sort this situation out, and go over this information from front to back, and then start attacking it legally from that point on. Fighting it out in court. Okay, so when they have an arrest warrant for you, just get in the car, let's go to jail, and sort it out later. You know what I'm saying? Do not get into a physical altercation with the police, and do not have any kind of weapon nearby. Don't even tell them if you got a weapon nearby. Just get in the car, police car, and go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Let them tow your car. Let your family member come pick your car up. You know, uh, y'all got to start learning the law. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is something that's very important that I tell y'all. Okay, racism is hidden and it is in stealth mode. I repeat, racism is hidden and is in stealth mode. When the federal government did the investigation and found out that law enforcement had been infiltrated by white supremacists, they don't have to walk around with their flag or call you the N-word or try to hang you or anything like that. They wear the badges. They wait for any kind of justification given to them by the courts or through a 911 call. And then from there, they let you do the rest. I repeat, they let you do the rest. If you don't comply, if they have a justified reason to arrest you, okay, they are going to shoot you. And they're going to get away with it. And you will never know whether they were racist or not, for the simple fact that they were justified to be there and you did extra stuff that complicated the situation from a justified arrest warrant. Okay? I broke everything down to y'all. All right? Now, I'm going to give y'all another quick instruction. All right? Now, if they don't have no reason for messing with you and they approach you and you experience some excessive force, being shot, killed, or whatever, then you always revert to the use of force standard, the federal standard. I'm going to quote it for you. It's in American jurisprudence. It says the police may not use no more force than necessary to effect an arrest. And let me give you examples. Equal amount of force used against them is the only amount of force they can use against you. So if you have a gun, they have a gun. If you have a knife, they have a gun at a distance. Logically, by law, they're supposed to shoot you in the leg, something like that. They're not supposed to shoot to kill. Okay? All right? And if you happen to take their taser from them or whatever, again, they have a gun, you have a taser, they're supposed to shoot you in the leg, not kill you. Okay? All in all, though, if you don't have a weapon, they're not supposed to kill you. If your back is turned to them, you're running away from them, they're not supposed to kill you. Okay? So I gave y'all something real quick. And then the stand your ground law is bullshit. If you read it carefully, stand your ground. Stand your ground only applies when you start something with somebody else, not when somebody approaches you and starts a physical, a physical confrontation with you. Any kind of physical or offensive force started with you, stand your ground is obsolete. So I gave y'all some gems, all right? And in those situations, do not cry race. Just use the legal statutes that deals with use of force, and the non-self-defense rule against the person who was the victim who didn't start nothing, okay? And who wasn't under arrest for anything and who should have never been detained or stopped, okay? Don't put race in it. That complicates shit because nobody, if it's not on the record anywhere, any audio or any statements that there was a racial slur, you're wasting your time. You just make an assumption. Deal with the legal statute that's to your benefit. Just stick with that. It's hard to prove racism. Like I said, racism is hidden and is in stealth. Okay? They get to act out their racism by not even saying anything, by just letting you give them the opportunity to shoot you. All right. So y'all need to stop rioting. You need to take your asses home. The family of Jacob Blake need to go talk to him. Y'all need to start reading law books. Okay. And the government needs to go ahead and do a thorough investigation of the actual um, white supremacists who infiltrated law enforcement. Because when you put that study out, you know, in that report, why didn't you start immediately, investigating all police departments, and start cleaning the house, doing an overhaul? All right. You should have done that. You know what I'm saying? So I find that very negligent, excuse me, negligent on our government, on their part. All right. But I'm not gonna approve of having run-ins with the law, knowing the law, knowing pretty much anything you can know about a traffic stop and frisk, arrest, search warrant. I'm not gonna approve of people going out in the streets doing what they're doing right now because they are uninformed, uneducated, and they don't know how to look at that situation with the proper tools that gives the measurement on how to make the proper determination from that situation. All right. So I'm gonna get out of here, man. And right is right, wrong is wrong, stupid is stupid. Okay. You know, and I have to say this because I'm only gonna help people who this hasn't happened to. So spread this. Spread this. I mean, share the shit out of this. This is a real message. And you can verify this with law enforcement or a lawyer. They will verify what I just said to you. They will tell you that I have not told you anything wrong. Okay? They might not even want you to know this shit because then you'll have the upper hand. Okay? All right. So I'm gonna get on out of here. This is Zulu Gutter. Like, share, subscribe, man. Y'all be safe out there, man. And man, stay away from people, man, who are not reading, who are not studying. You just can't go to school. You just can't get a career. You just can't go to work. You know what I'm saying? You have to be aware of your environment. You have to know the laws. You have to know the political, what I'm saying, uh, etiquette in the area in which you live. And then, of course, like election time during now, you should be already, what I'm saying, well informed. I have an idea who you want to vote for. You have to be aware of your environment. Stop just getting up, going to church, going to work, going to school, playing sports, going to college, going to your little career. If you're running a business, you got to do further studying. Okay. Know your environment. Know what you're dealing with. All right. I'm out.